Alright guys, so after 20 years, I have decided to watch the first episode of Dragon Ball Z again. To be honest with you guys, I had pretty low expectations just because anytime that I've gone back and watched any of my favorite animes growing up, for the most part, I've been disappointed. But I was not disappointed by this episode. In fact, this episode was really good and I can't believe I had forgotten some of the crazy things that happened in this episode. For example, Raditz supercharging his tail and smacking the crap out of Krillin. Goku forgetting how to fly. And Piccolo getting dissed beyond belief by Raditz.
Doesn't matter. What's wrong with him?
But I think that the best part about this first episode is that they do not waste any time getting into the action. By the way, I am watching the Kai version because I've heard really great things and I haven't seen it yet. So I figured it'd be a great opportunity to check this version out. In the first few scenes, we see Goku's father Bardock, and we actually see Frieza as well. Bardock challenges Frieza with a Hadouken, and it fails horribly. The thing about this scene is that Bardock challenges Frieza with such confidence that you think he's actually going to do something. But once his Hadouken gets swallowed by Frieza's evil spirit bomb, like forget it, you knew he was done for. And we're really just left feeling sad for the entire situation in the planet getting blown up. But there is one really cool thing about this scene, and that is that you get to experience this new worm-like looking villain that will stay with you throughout the series, and you don't know when and how he's going to make this appearance. I was left with one huge question that I've never had before in this first scene, and that is, why is it that Bardock places his entire hopes and dreams on Goku and not Raditz? Like, what's so special about Goku? Did he think that Raditz wasn't going to be strong enough? Did he think that Frieza was going to ultimately find and kill his son since he was working for the Frieza Force? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Have you ever thought about this? And if you have an answer, let me know. We briefly get a summary of Dragon Ball and we watch Goku grow up, and it is made clear to us that Goku can kick some butt.
Roshi, skills that were continually put to the test as he was forced to defend himself and his friends against a host of dangerous opponents. The true extent of Goku's otherworldly powers was revealed, and with a mighty charge, King Piccolo's quest for world domination came crashing to a halt.
We finally catch up to Goku in present day after this amazing intro. By the way, did you guys notice that Goku's house is right next to his grandpa's house, the house that we saw in Dragon Ball? If this was a detail that was included in the original, I never noticed, but I think that that's pretty cool. So we get to a point where Goku's trying to save Gohan because Chi-Chi sent him out to find him, and as he is looking for him, Gohan gets into some trouble. But this scene is actually a bit weird to me because the entire time I was thinking, dude, why aren't you getting off of this cloud and just flying? It would be a lot easier and faster for you to get to your son. It's like Goku forgot how to fly for some reason. Now Gohan eventually saves himself and Goku picks him up from a tree. We then see the first human in Dragon Ball Z history get killed. You know, I really felt bad here because this dude is just simply there taking care of his flamingo chicken things. He goes off to check out this thing that crashed from the sky. I mean, who wouldn't? I think all of us would go and check out what just fell from the sky.
Shoot, I mean it!
And then he gets killed by his own bullet. Did anyone else feel weird about the fact that this man got killed by a bullet? It just seems way out of character for Dragon Ball Z. Raditz then runs into Piccolo and Piccolo is mad aggressive. He's all like, get off of my rock before I kill you. And Raditz is like, alright tough guy, make me. Hadouken! It has no effect. Now Raditz is all like, that's all you got? You're gonna make me sneeze. Bruh, the disrespect here is real. Now Raditz leaves because he senses Goku, and Piccolo is left shaking at his knees, questioning life. Do I like women? How strong am I? Is Jesus real? Dude, the setup for Raditz so far is unreal, right? This guy cannot be shot down by bullets. He just humiliated Goku's greatest rival. And this dude is just plain outright ruthless from what we can tell. Before Raditz is able to catch up to Goku, Goku meets his friends at Master Roshi's house after 4 years. We know this because they didn't know he had a son, and we find out that Gohan is 4 years old. This means that Chi-Chi has had Goku on lockdown and he could not talk to his friends for 4 years. Or maybe, just maybe, Goku found out what it felt like to be married and to be with a woman, and he's like, forget my friends. I'm just saying, guys, we just can't blame Chi-Chi for everything. You know what I mean? So in Bulma and Goku's interaction, for some reason, Goku has amnesia and he forgets that he had all of these adventures with Bulma, and he decides to explain to her why the 4-star ball is so precious to him. I found this scene kind of weird because we literally got a flashback at the beginning of the episode of Goku growing up and his adventures with Bulma. Not only that, but this dump of information really has nothing to do with the storyline whatsoever. Goku all of a sudden starts to sense Raditz, and the way that this is animated, it almost seems like Goku is sensing Raditz with his hair. Like, why is his hair moving so much? I don't know, am I wrong here? Let me know in the comments. Raditz shows up all like, Kakarot, what the heck have you been doing this entire time? All of these people should be your slaves by now. So Krillin decides to show off in front of everyone, approaches Raditz with all his tall energy, and Raditz smacks the crap out of Krillin with his tail. Raditz smacks Krillin so hard that he starts envisioning that he's going to one day be kissed by an angel. Can anyone explain to me where this charging of the tail comes from and why we never see this again? And that, guys, was the first episode of Dragon Ball Z. What I really enjoyed about this episode is that the action started right away. They clearly show us there is a new threat in town and he is not to be messed with. He also seems to know Goku, which leads you to be intrigued about what's going on there. We get a sense that the Earth has been at peace for quite a long time, and maybe our heroes are not as prepared as they once were to fight a very strong enemy. And the last thing that we get to see, and we saw this at the beginning, is that there is this setup about Goku fighting this destroyer of planets. Guys, I really enjoyed this episode. Let me know what you think. Did you remember all of these things that I just mentioned? Let me know in the comments. As always, I just want to remind you that we must persevere.